So, welcome to D&D. Now, the intro that I did yesterday with Zach, unfortunately was filmed the wrong way, so when I tried to edit it, basically cut out half my shot. Long story. So, what you're about to see now is some of the newest arrivals at Blackpool Zoo. Yesterday I turned 40, so we took a trip with the kids to the zoo. So there was myself and Deanne, standard, my youngest sister and her youngest boy, and my nephew Zach that you've all seen before. So stick around and see what we get up to. Bye for now. So this is baby Rufus. Now he's a Bornean orangutan and he was born at Blackpool Zoo at the end of April 2024. Now his mum is Summer, who was herself born at Blackpool Zoo in 2002, and his dad, I think it's Kayan, Kawan, Kayan, arrived from the Aspen Hall Zoo in the Netherlands in 2022 and was part of the European Endangered Species Programme. That's a mouthful for you, isn't it? Now, Rufus is especially significant here because he's only the second baby orangutan to be born at Blackpool Zoo in 20 years. Now, the zoo welcomed another youngster, Jorang, in 2023, and Rufus obviously followed in 2024, making it the biggest moment in the orangutan group. Now, the zoo says the whole orangutan group is now fully integrated, and Kawang, I'm going to go with, has seen a keen and caring interest in both of the youngsters. Now, Rufus was named after a children's healthcare mascot called Rufus, linked to the Salel and children receiving treatment in intestinal failure. The zoo described the name as a tribute and tied to the special patient they visit. Bornean orangutans are classified as crucially endangered, which is why births like Rufus's matter beyond just being a cute zoo moment. They're part of the wider conservation work. Sorry, Oreo is trying to get on my knee at the same time. So, that's baby Rufus, and he was so funny. We watched him jump from the top of the rock onto the netting at the bottom. Oh my god, it was, as a parent, obviously my child is 25, but as a parent, my heart was in my mouth because this is a baby. But keep watching, honestly, he is really funny. Now, this next little one is a baby elephant called Zaiya, a female Asian elephant. Now, she was born at Blackpool Zoo on the 2nd of September 2025 to her mum Tara. Now, the zoo says her birth was a major milestone and described her as the first successful female elephant born at Blackpool Zoo. Now, Zaiya is of Burmese origin, and it means strength. Nice. Now, the zoo explained that the elephant herd raised calves together so the other females helped to care for her too. The social herd support is the most important part of a young elephant's learning and development. Now, Zaiya's birth was presented by the zoo as an important part of a long-term commitment to the conservation of breeding endangered Asian elephants. Doesn't surprise me. But honestly, this baby was so cute. And obviously, the zoo was very, very busy yesterday. And there were a lot of people there. But I managed to get a decent bit of footage of her. Especially when she decides to go and hide behind mum. It was absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information, but what you are going to be seeing in the next couple of seconds is the tigers. Phenomenal, absolutely stunning. Now, I didn't get a lot of footage, not because I didn't want to film, because I couldn't film. There were so many people there, and a lot of it's obviously glass. So, you know yourself, you get the back shine off the glass, you end up seeing people behind me, not what's actually going on in front of me. So anyway, right, now, there was a male tiger called Zambar, and he arrived before Alina as part of the earlier breeding pair setup. Now, he was paired with Alina for breeding, and together they successfully had cubs, a big conservation win. Now, he was the main breeding male at the zoo for years. Now, unfortunately, he passed away in 2021 due to age-related health issues, which is really sad. Now, Alina arrived in 2012 from the Netherlands and became the long-term female resident, successfully raising cubs, which was great, and she's still at Blackpool Zoo today. Now, she's no longer part of an active breeding programme, more of a companion or an ambassador tiger. Now, after Zambar passed away, redevelopment on the tiger enclosure went on for as long as I can remember. And they built the new big cat habitat, and it opened in 2023. And it shifted focus into a new conservation phase. Now, the current male, which apparently is Rusty, not sure, I'd like to fact check that, came from Longleat Safari Park. Now, if you've ever seen the programme Animal Park, that's Longleat. Phenomenal. Would love to go there. Now, Rusty was born in 2019, and he was brought in as part of the European Endangered Species Programme and represents further breeding genetics, which is great. Now, Rusty and Alina are not a breeding pair. She's no longer breeding, and Rusty's part of the breeding programme, but they're housed together. But no cubs are expected from them. So, although Zambar and Alina were the original breeding pair, with him passing away, the new habitat, Rusty arriving, this all started a new conservation phase. But Alina remains the only female resident as it currently stands. Now, there's a couple of things that could happen now with this. Rusty could be moved and transferred to another zoo to be paired with a genetically suitable female. Or a new female arrives at Blackpool Zoo, bringing in a younger breeding female to pair her with Rusty. This would start the breeding again at Blackpool. But this is all behind the scenes, and we don't actually know what's going to happen. So keep watching for that. Now, again, due to filming reasons, you're going to see pictures for this. So we stopped by and saw the lions. Now, there is 2 females and 1 male. And they were just completely relaxed. And what made me laugh was one of the females actually had her feet out over the other female, just like you would, you know, sisters sat at the side of each other with your feet on top of each other. But they were just so relaxed, and it was funny because they just looked like they were doing nothing. But apparently that's exactly what lions are supposed to do for most of the day. Now, a couple of years ago at Blackpool Zoo, there were 2 males, and unfortunately they both passed as time's gone on, which devastated me because I had some amazing pictures of both of them. But, you know, animals pass away. That's one of the reasons why I could never work in a zoo or in a vet's. So, these are lions. Now, again, if you've ever been to Blackpool Zoo, there's 2 viewing areas for the giraffes. An enclosure inside, which is what you're going to see from the pictures, and then you can walk out and go up the top. Honestly, it was so busy. It was so... I can't say that enough. It was so busy. So, now, giraffes, they're honestly one of those animals that you don't realise how big they are until you're standing right next to them. You're going to see that in a minute. Now, they are reticulated giraffes, and you can tell by their pattern. And this one looks like a female. Now, I've loved giraffes. I think they're amazing. And seeing them this close is just, oh, it's phenomenal. They're so calm, but so massive at the same time, which is pretty scary. I'm going to put pictures in now. You're actually going to see Zach. Hopefully the picture I've got, you can see Zach looking up at the giraffe. Stick around. Now, last and absolutely no means least, this is Deanne's favourite. And this is Kumbuka. He's a Western Lowland gorilla, and he was born in 1997 at London Zoo and moved to Blackpool Zoo in 2014. Now, Kumbuka is known for being calm but dominant, very observant, and sits back and watches everything going on. Now, he's not constantly moving, and that's exactly what you want to see. A good silverback doesn't need to prove himself all the time. Now, Deanne will vouch for this. The last time we went to Blackpool Zoo, he had to get involved in a squabble, and I have never seen so many people move away from the glass, because he literally, he ran in. I've never seen a gorilla move so fast, but he is one hell of a character. He is phenomenal. And I've got Oreo back again. Now, his role as a silverback is to lead the pride, or lead the group. He decides where they go, when they eat, when they rest, and he acts as a protector. And if anything feels like a threat, he's the one that steps in. Now, he lives with 7 adult females. Are you really? Really? Thank you. He lives with seven, so start that again in a minute. He lives with several adult female gorillas and younger gorillas. Now, gorilla groups are family-led, not random animals together. Everything revolves around him. So if he's sitting still, watching people, eating slowly and not doing much, then that's perfectly normal for him. He feels secure, he's in control, and there's no need to act aggressively. Now, West Lowland gorillas are critically endangered, and that includes habitat threats, poaching and disease. So seeing a strong silverback like him leading a group is important for education and for conservation awareness. Never even thought of it like that till I started writing this out. But honestly, he is a character. You're going to see that from the pictures. Now, I know obviously this isn't the standard type of vlog. There's a lot of voiceovers, and it was genuinely down to the mass amount of people. I don't think I've ever seen Blackpool Zoo so busy. The only thing I did miss out on, and it's not a massive issue, it just means I have to go back again, was the red pandas. They are super cute and one of my favourite animals. But thank you for sticking around for 9 minutes of me talking garbage as usual. And we'll be back very soon with... I don't even know what. I can't even remember. We're doing a lot of travelling at the minute with 3D FIR, 3D printing business. My plan is to start filming and vlogging them. The setups, the breakdowns, all of that. So you can see what we do. You know, not just seeing my face, but you'll get to see Paul. So we'll be back soon. Yeah. See you later. Bye for now.